Maripili with Everable here, and today we're gonna be talking about the importance of reactivating your list. Are you ready? So let's talk about your list. And no, I'm not talking about your to-do list, which is probably a couple miles long. I am actually talking about your specific, curated, beautiful list of people that you can actually email and text. Do you have one? If you don't, this is still a really good episode for you to listen to or watch because you can know the importance of actually starting one and curating it from the very beginning. And if you do have one, then this is even more for you because we're going to go through what it looks like when you have a specific strategy behind reactivating your list, the importance of it, and how you can get to that point. So let's start. Why is this so important? Well, for us as marketers and as business people, we want to make sure that we get the most revenue coming in from our different sources. One of them, of course, is through advertising. And with advertising, we know that we need to invest a little bit of money to make sure that we get our return on that investment. But there are other ways to make sure that your revenue keeps coming in. Things such as a membership, right? We know that monthly you're gonna get that recurring revenue. But there are other ways of going about it. And one of them is reactivating your list. These are the people that probably you already have their contact information one way or another. Now, curating that list is going to be the second step and very important because you can have a huge list of thousands of people that have been coming in as leads, but they might be very cold leads and people that might just kind of saw your ad here and there and you have their information, so that's still better than nothing, but they are not ready yet to buy. They might just not know you enough or like you enough or trust you enough, and that's okay. We are still going to be working with that list to make sure to get them to that point. But if you curate your list and get the people that have already been in your med spa or practice and have bought from you, that is even more gold. And that is exactly what you need, right? To make sure that you have this list of people ready to email them or text them. Now, why do I say both? Because in some practices, and we've noticed this with our clients, some practices, they are all about email. The moment that we send an email, they get leads right away. They get people calling them and asking them about this offer. But we also have the people that love text. Text has been amazing. We know that there is a 90% opening rate of a text and just like a 30 to 40% of an email. So we use text very often to communicate with our potential clients or our current customers. And so let me tell you a couple of really good client results that we've gotten. How does $42,000 extra on Mscope sound? What about $43,928 extra dollars on Mscope with $0 on advertising? Can't believe it, am I right? This one for me was mind-blowing. $49,738 in 1 week in fillers. Fillers, you guys. Yes, that was amazing. And it was without any extra money in advertising. This was all from a list that was just there. And so every single time we have a new client, we tell them, how much money are you leaving on the table? You have this list of curated people that know you, like you, and trust you. So we need to have a good strategy, and I'll talk about it in just a minute, to make sure that we reactivate that list. You have gold in there, and all you need is to reactivate it in order to make that money back. And maybe you want to ask me, well, I mean, how many people is in that list? Like, it's probably 10,000 people in that list to make that much amount of money, right? It's not. The biggest list that we had for these 3 results that I just gave you was for our co-sculpting results. And this was a little bit over 14,000 people that we sent this offer to. However, it wasn't even the best result that we've had. We've noticed that if you curate, and that's why I keep saying curate your list, the better result. For the fillers, it was almost $50,000, and the list was maybe like 1,500 people, 1,500 people that we sent this offer to, and we made that much amount of money. So we know that if we curate a list, even if you have a small list, this can work. And let me give you another example, because maybe you're not there just yet with your list and you're like, well, Billy, I don't know if I'm there. You know, I just started this year or last year and I'm not there with my list just yet. What can I get out of it? Well, this year alone, one of our clients made $14,128 on an IPL offer with a list of less than 400 people. Less than 400 people. And that was amazing. You can get those 400 people within a few months, if not less. And so, again, it is a constant work that you do have to curate your list. You do have to give value to these people. They're not just buying because we bought a list from somewhere else and we try to make it. No, this is people that actually know you, like you, and trust you. And again, if you curate it and actually make it so that it's people that have come to your practice before, you've even have had a conversation with them, or even better, have bought from you before, the results can be exponentially better. So there are 4 things that I want to make sure that you have before you start on with this strategy. Number 1, yes, you guessed it, curating your list. That is going to be an essential part of it. Like I said, we've noticed that it's not about the amount of people that you send it to. It's about the quality of people that you're sending it to. And yes, this might be a little bit of a long-term solution, or it might just take some time, but it is so worth it. If you have a list of tens of thousands of people because you've been in it for a long time, but they're all grouped together in one spot, then it might not be as effective and it might take a really long time to see these results. So I would say take some time and start dividing your list. Divide them on the people that have bought, the people that are just leads, the people that you just had consultations with, and even better, divide that list into the different services that they've gotten, because you know that if they've gotten something for a facial service, they might be very much willing to do another one in the future. Or if they've done something for body sculpting, they might want to continue that process. It doesn't mean that you can cross those two. It just means that you have a more likely opportunity to sell a little bit more of those services to those specific people. And then number 2, and yes, I'm gonna do a little bit of a plug in here with PatientGem. Though I'm not gonna lie, any CRM will work for you. If you're just doing email, something like MailChimp could be really good and beneficial for you. I do love MailChimp. We've worked with it in the past, and I like the idea and how they have done so much to curate your list. This is a really good example of how you can curate your list. You can have different types of lists in there, and you can tag them, so that is really amazing. There are other softwares that just do text as well, which is also really good. So you could have a variety of these. Soho is another one that is pretty good. I think they're a little bit outdated for my taste, but they do have some really good features in there. Now, however, I am a little bit partial to PatientGem, but we've been using it for a really long time, and I love the way that they work. Right? I'm not gonna lie there. I do love how they work, and I feel like it is just so much easier to have an all-in-one software where you can email your clients, you can text them, you can call them directly from there, and it is just makes that ecosystem so much easier for you and for your front desk staff. And if you're working with a marketing company, you could also give them access, or in this case, if you're working with us, you know that we have access to it, so we can actually help you with best practices and where you can do a little bit better. So making sure that you have the right software is whatever works for you is going to be the best, right? As long as you're using it and it works for you, it's better than nothing. But making sure that you have the right software is gonna do wonders, and that your staff knows how to use it. Number 3, getting the right offer. This is going to be a make it or break it type of situation. If you are doing a reactivation campaign, like we like to call them, then you have to have the right offer. And this means that you need to know your people. Yes, you need to know exactly what service you're going to be providing for the offer and how to craft it. And we do have a video on how to craft a very compelling offer, so make sure to check that out. But if you already did, then you know what I'm talking about, and you know that knowing your people is going to be very important in order to craft the offer, especially for something like this, because they are the people that are not just going through Facebook and checking it out. These are the people that know you enough to give you their information and that you're gonna appear in their phone. So that is very important, to make sure that that offer is compelling to them. And last but not least, the right follow-up. This is going to be very important, because you could send 1,000 text messages with the best offer ever, but if you do not answer and you do not have a follow-up system into that, then it makes no sense. And that is another reason why I love PatientGem, because we can set up automations so that your staff is not overwhelmed and you can follow the path that you want for your customer journey and for them to have the best experience with this specific offer. We can have it so that they can actually buy online directly, or they can just call you or text you to get that offer ready on the go. That is actually the whole strategy that we followed when the shutdown happened last year, and our clients made an amazing amount of money, at least enough to make sure that they can keep their doors closed for the time of the shutdown and not shut down forever. So this was really, really good. I love this strategy whenever, and you know if you're a client inside Everable, but whenever you are new, this is kind of like the first thing that we do with you. This reactivation campaign is everything. So that is why I wanted to explain it to you a little bit further. So if you do have any questions, we would love to answer them. So make sure to leave a comment below or contact us. And make sure to like this video, make sure to follow us on our social medias, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!